what went into kind of the casting process when you guys realized it was Claire? Because I did some quick counting, and more than half of the guys are 30 plus years old. So you guys went and got some older guys for Claire. And so yeah, just kind of like, were there cuts being made based on age, and did that all kind of happen when we were in lockdown?
First of all, you're right. I love doing those videos where I announce the guys. It's sad and pathetic. It's just me alone in the room.
It's my favorite.
Making really bad dad jokes. And my kids won't even be around me. So the bizarrely positive thing maybe about the pandemic was it gave us time. It gave us 6 more months to go back to the drawing board for Claire. When we were heading into her season originally, you just don't have the luxury of time. You have to kind of just plan for a season, and then about a month or so out, who the Bachelor or Bachelorette is, and you try and adjust the best you can, but you can only do so much. Well, when we had the 6-month reprieve, we went back to the drawing board. We found some great guys, so I was really happy with it.
Yeah, I feel like we were happy with the choices that we've seen, because I feel like we've seen a lot of younger Bachelor and Bachelorettes in the past. I mean, Colton was young, Hannah Brown was young, and Claire is a little bit more mature and older, and she's ready to settle down. So I feel like the contestants needed to match that. Now, we obviously saw all the Claire promos, and I know we're going to ask this.
What?
Where does Tayshia come into play?
I have not seen any reports about this. You guys are breaking news right now.
Not even from your girlfriend.
Lauren Zima should have tipped me off that this story was out there. Mm-hmm. He's really slipping. No, here's the thing. You are definitely going to see some familiar faces this season. We had to be really creative and reimagine the show because we're locked into the one resort there at La Quinta the entire time. So you'll see a lot of familiar faces come and go. If you will see Tayshia and how you'll see Tayshia, you're going to have to wait and see. But it is an explosive season, that's for sure.
Oh, we cannot wait. I want to talk about some of these guys because night one, we're going to be starting with the bang. I can feel it. I want to say first, right off the bat, as Rhea and I were going through these guys, how could you guys cast another Tyler C? I can't believe it.
It's blasphemy.
I can't believe
it's
it.
Honestly, blasphemy that you guys did that.
Too soon.
It's like, in the late 90s, some guy coming out of college and saying, "Hi, I'm Michael Jordan. I'm going to play basketball." How do you top that, right? So yeah, he definitely had the deck stacked against him coming in, unless you have more perfect abs. I don't know how you do that. So yeah, poor Tyler C. Tyler C. Jr.
Yeah, what do we call him? New Tyler C.
I'm not calling him. I'm one thing's for sure is that I am not calling him Tyler C.
You're just not calling him.
Yeah, no, I just won't be talking about him in general.
What we saw, obviously I just brought up the video of you going through all the guys. What are some of the guys that really stood out to you, if you can remember off the top of your head? I know you have that Rolodex of contestants in your brain.
You know what's funny? I think I'm more intimate with this group than ever because there was no break. We were just together at La Quinta the entire time. And so, I was more, just around this entire season and this group of guys. So I do know them better. And, if you're looking for drama, definitely Yosef, keep an eye on him. He's a guy who definitely will speak his mind to anybody, including Claire. For you old school fans, do you remember Kalen?
Yes, from Emily Maynard's season.
He's the guy who came in the helicopter and really created a star. There's a guy named Bennett, who is a wealth manager from New York, very well-to-do, from Harvard. I don't know if you ladies know anybody from Harvard, but sometimes they'll mention it.
Yeah, they definitely like to make it known.
So Bennett is that guy. So he's good. And then there's just some guys that are just awesome to have around. Damar and Easy. You ladies are going to call these guys the best hype guys in the world. They're always on. And not in an annoying way, just like a kick-ass way. Like, I want to be in your atmosphere. And there's just some really good guys. I think the fans are really going to embrace this group.
Now, how do you move on to each season? Because for us, we get so attached to the old group of guys. We mentioned Tyler C. We're like, oh, there can never be another Tyler C. But then we watch and then we get connected with them. What's it like for you as the host who actually has relationships with these people?
it's difficult at times. And in this season, what I'm about to do is very difficult, which is The Bachelorette is being edited, put together, will be airing. I will be shooting The Bachelor. So while I'm doing interviews and I'm talking about all these guys, I'm about to meet all these ladies and be helping Matt James find love. And so crisscrossing and going back and forth is not an easy task. And my goal is to try and keep straight what I can say, when I can say it. And I'm an absolute mess. So this is going to be a really difficult 3 or 4 months as we go through this.
I kind of didn't even think about that. I forgot because we know that Matt has left and that process has started for him. And
by the way, it hasn't started yet. I saw there was an internet report that had started. I can tell you,
you're not there.
I was going to say, I was like, I don't think you're there because you're on an interview with Rhea and Fran.
Did Tyra Banks steal my show?
Yeah.
So no, we have not started shooting yet, but people are starting to head there, starting to go through the quarantine process to where we can start shooting. And I'll be heading there very soon as well. That's
just music to our ears. Like the fact that it's all happening now, obviously rapidly, because we want to get people to see it, is going to be so great. What are you looking forward to most now about doing Matt's season? Because this, Claire, you guys have wrapped and now it's time to switch gears.
Well, there was so much trepidation and not worry, but just concern as we started Claire's season. And now that we know it's 100% effective and successful, it worked in the NBA, it worked for The Bachelorette. Now we have this blueprint that we can just roll into Matt James' season and know if we follow this protocol, we're good. And now we just have to worry about making a kick-ass television show.